I'm Presh Williams from Big Picture Film Club, and I'm joined today with Liz Farahadi, the founder and festival director, make sure I remember that, of the Soho London Independent Film Festival. Liz, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, actually, thank you.
I really love the space.
It's great.
So first, let's start with like the creation of the film festival and its sort of like foundations. We've kind of covered the festival last year, Big Picture Film Club, an exciting range of films that you selected from all different sort of areas of the world. And, I think this year we kind of have the in-person festival much more so than last year.
Yes.
But like, what was the sort of start of the festival? When was it founded? How was it created and why?
Right, so basically, Eric Moore, who is the other founder, he is the studio manager of 01, which is in Soho. And Eric has just done the most incredible work around 01. He has just done so much work helping a lot of the students that when they did film studies and other work. He would then work with them and help them and give them the opportunity to get real skills, and has turned the studio into this incredible place where so much work has come out of it. And for the last 16 years, he was doing screenings where people could come and they could show their films and everyone would kind of discuss the films and give kind of advice. And it was a really like a creative hub. And there has been so many people that have been born out of that work. And 4 years ago now, maybe a little bit longer than that, Eric was saying to me, I really want to turn this into a proper festival, like an official festival. Yeah. And we talked and we had lots of ideas, and we kind of talked with other people and all of this. And the biggest thing that it always kept coming back to was that we wanted to make sure that we provided a really safe environment where people could be nurtured and could find their talents and grow. Because one of the things that has really happened is that a lot of this stuff's become very elitist. It's so expensive to be able to go and do a course on how to to make film or and there's also a massive gap missing for the older generation, and particularly women. Well, actually, for women, because there seems to be this thing now where they've started going, okay, we've got to start helping women, but they're young, and they all seem to come from a supportive background. They're in a more privileged position. And if you've come from abuse, deprivation, poverty, like that, in your 20s, you're not going to be ready to do this kind of work. You're just not going to be able to. You'll be trying to get over your childhood. And you're not going to start really flourishing or growing until, your 30s, your 40s. Yeah. And there's no space to teach anyone or to help anyone. And there's also a space where there's also younger people who have come from backgrounds where they haven't got any support, they haven't got someone holding their hands and pushing them or saying, get that. So they can't get that help as well. And we really identified this huge gap. And we were like, so how can we, support people and give them a chance to learn and to grow? And of course, Eric has been running this studio now for, lots of years. It's got to be about 17, 18 years. And he basically, when we set this up, we've been able to bring in these students that have come from Westway and there's Westminster Kingsway and some different places as well. All these kind of different people that are just wanting to grow, but they can't get that first credit because they haven't got experience. And so what we've done with the festival is we've gone. It's not just about the films that come in. It's about teaching these skills too. Right. So, for example, we have the Soho Lift Spotlights, where we have it's like an as live show, and we bring in industry professionals and we interview them, or we bring in the filmmakers and interview them, and we do these as live shows. And we've got these young volunteers and and also other people as well who are being missed as well. And we're teaching them these essential skills. So they're learning how to use the cameras, they're learning how to edit stuff, they're learning what you do to produce something, and they're real skills.
Nice.
And they get a credit with that as well. And that has been the kind of foundation of this. The other thing that has been very important to us is the quality of films, because there has to be a standard. The films that we show have to be excellent, and we're particularly interested in films that are telling stories that matter, that are shining a light on stories that aren't getting talked about. And that can be done in any way, any genre. Comedy about something absolutely devastatingly horrible is really effective. A horror show about, something that's going on in the government. Well, it is a horror show, but we won't go there. But yeah, we went, let's have amazing films so that there's this massive standard. But what we have done, there's been films that have come through where we've gone, we can really see the potential, we can see what someone's trying to do, but it's not of the standard. And we have actually got back to them and explained why they haven't got in. And some of those films we've actually had where they've listened to what we've said and have done the stuff, and then the films have got in and got into other festivals and gone on to win awards and things like that. So it's been very much, sorry, in a really long-winded way.
No, this is good. This is good. And a comprehensive answer. This is good.
But it's really being about supporting the whole journey. From someone that's trying to get into the industry and wants that essential experience.
Yeah.
To the people that have got into the industry and are and have made these films and need supporting and need championing. And there's been brand new filmmakers through to really seasoned filmmakers. And of course you all learn off each other.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the marriage. It's like not simply showcasing films, but really supporting a whole ecosystem of filmmaking and kind of publicising and showing films and building that film network and kind of using this space to also do it with.
It's really easy to forget how many jobs are attached to film.
And there's currently skills gaps, behind the camera as well, in terms of, lighting, sound, all these sort of areas in the industry that we need jobs for. We need people to come into, and if a festival like yours or a company like yours can help facilitate that, then that's what we need in the industry.
Yes, do you know what? It's so important, because also all of us that are running this, we're all filmmakers, and we've all got different skills. Like each one of us has got particular things that we know how to do. Yeah. So we're able to pass that knowledge on, and to have this environment to do it in is amazing. And it's been, it's not only from the college upstairs that the young people that we've been taking on and teaching and giving this practical experience to. It's also across the globe. Yeah. It's people from different all around the country that have just have gone, I really want to be involved in this. What can I do? And they started all sorts of things, volunteering with some of the stuff that is literally just you wouldn't even realise is attached to filmmaking.
Yeah.
And then you do that, and then the next thing they know that they're learning how to use a camera. And it's really exciting to see that and to see this growing, and the quality of films has been getting more and more as well. And the people that are coming in, they love what they do.
Yeah. And
it's so amazing to be able to give them a platform and to really support them and champion them of every level. It's really exciting.
I feel that. And one thing that I was amazed to see is just the sort of geographical range of where the films come from. So from Iran, from China, from France, from Brazil, the different formats, great animation. And so, does it... you've been running for some time, but does it still surprise you to get all these films from different parts of the world?
Do you know, it's something I'm so excited about, because we really are. I think because we've put out as well a big call saying we want films that are about stories that matter. We've had people coming from countries which don't get enough recognition. In Iran, there's sanctions. They're not allowed to submit their films. They can't use the money to do it. So there's stories. People people are being silenced. And actually films are a way that you can tell what's going on, you can speak out, and you can create change from that. I mean, I remember the first year that we opened, there was this beautiful film about a transgender, and the woman who had made this film was saying, I never thought anyone was going to get to see this. But to know that now it's being seen across the whole of the world. I mean, it was, I think we were all crying at her speech, actually. But that's what it's about. It's about getting it out. So to see people just reaching out to us from everywhere around the world, and from here as well. I mean, we've got such amazing British films too.
Yeah.
And from all parts. I mean, it's insane the amount of countries actually that we've gotten from. So yeah, really chuffed about that.
Yeah. And so I think, this year, you kind of like last year, you have sort of the online festival platform and the physical. So can you explain how that works between the two?
Yeah. So basically, when the first year that we launched the festival, lockdown happened, and there was a lot of denial at first. It was like, oh yeah, it'll be fine, and then it was like, oh my God, this is going to be virtual.
Yeah.
And the thing that we were so lucky with was the fact that we've got this studio. And we were able to really pull together an incredible virtual festival. And we learned a lot from that. And one of the biggest things that we got from that was the fact that it was, it brought so many people from different parts of the world watching the films. So it gave this really incredible audience to all our filmmakers. So normally everyone's just in that country. And we were like, wow, this is something that really works. We love this. This is really, really cool. And when it came back, so last year, and it was kind of like, oh, is it going to be virtual? Are we going to be allowed to real? So we were like, okay, well, we'll do the both, and we run it alongside. And actually, we found that suddenly there were so many people that wouldn't have been able to join the festival who joined online, and we also had obviously the physical one. So we went, right, actually, we've got to do this because this is giving a massive audience. It's still the festival, so it's not like people can just find the film. It doesn't affect them with other festivals.
Right.
So it's still, you buy a ticket and you're part of the virtual festival, and you watch the films on the same days as the festival. But with the online, you get to watch films for longer. You get 2 weeks, which is very nice. So you can watch them, in your own time as well. But and then the in-person obviously is really exciting because everyone's there and you can meet the filmmakers and you can see the Q&As, and there's amazing panels as well. We've got some really brilliant panels lined up, and which you might know about one of those actually.
Yes. I may do. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So where can people get tickets? Where can people find out more information about the festival? And
go to our website. Our website, that's where you can buy tickets, either virtual or in person, and there's all our history, all our information is
what's
the website it's soholift.co.uk.
We'll run it along the bottom, so
perfect. Yes.
Cool. Liz, it was wonderful speaking with you, and I look forward to the festival, thoroughly enjoying it myself, and thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much.